Behind the surface of the digital technology we use every day is a series of critical elements needed for our devices to function. They're called rare earth elements, and despite the name, they aren't hard to find. In today's animated video, we're going to see not only why these minerals you haven't heard of are so important, but also how China has completely cornered the market in this industry. Rare earth elements are vital for magnets, lasers, and even cell phones. Nearly every single electronic device relies on rare earth minerals at some level. In cell phones, for example, lanthanum produces colors on the screen, while neodymium and praseodymium help the speakers produce sound. These metals largely allow the same functions for other technologies as well. Because of this, the need for rare earth elements has increased. This recent growth has gone beyond just iPhones. The transportation industry now relies on these elements as well. Most electric vehicles need rare earth elements to operate. Even with rising demand, the US, which used to be more efficient in the production of rare earths, has fallen behind with these critical resources. Mining creates environmental problems such as radioactive waste, air pollution, and water pollution. This is why only one mine remains operational in California's Mojave Desert, yet even their operations are often temporarily halted due to government regulations. Further reserves haven't been developed into mines because of these environmental regulations. Meanwhile, China has weak regulations with mining, allowing them to run 10 mines and 20 processing plants. The Chinese government declared these metals as protected and strategic minerals in 1990, long before the iPhone even existed. Their centralized government allowed them to make state investments into the supply chain, regulate the export costs, and keep labor costs low along with the weak environmental regulations. This has set them up to become the world's dominant provider of not just the mining, but the processing too. Today, it's estimated China mines 60% of the world's rare earth elements and processes 85% of them. Even America's one mine sends its elements to China to be processed, since the environmental regulations here are too burdensome. On top of this, China has set themselves up through trade with other countries where rare earth elements are found. As an example, they receive nearly 75% of Chile's lithium carbonate exports, the prime component for lithium-ion batteries across digital technologies. So what does this all mean? Years after China invested and took control of this market, the West is only now awakening to the issue. China now uses their monopoly to threaten Western supply chains. For example, in late 2023, China implemented a ban on exporting rare earth metal separation and extraction technologies. Furthermore, China's commanding position in REEs helps them dominate the growing electric vehicle industry. BYD, a Chinese EV company, has a compact but well-built electric hatchback called the Seagull that in China sells for roughly $10,000. The company hasn't sold any models in North America yet, but its mere existence has caused the Biden administration to raise a 100% tariff on Chinese EVs in May 2024 in a preventative measure to protect the current US electric car industry. Trade warriors say the tariff hasn't gone far enough, but even with a 200% tariff, the BYD Seagull would still outcompete every American EV on price. So what is the US doing to counter China? MP Materials, the company that owns the one American mine, is working to open processing plants in Fort Worth, Texas to keep the entire process within America. Their goal is to begin producing finished magnets by 2025. Besides this, there has been significant investment into new alternatives to replace REEs. Meteorite magnets based on the alloy tetrataenite originally found in iron meteorites could be synthetically created for commercial use. Bringing production of this synthetic alloy to scale could be used in any product that requires a permanent magnet, including electric vehicles. The Department of Energy has also been working with the private sector to develop iron nitride supermagnets with the company Niron Magnetics. These magnets are theoretically twice as strong as REEs and should be cheaper and more abundant. Niron Magnetics is beginning to commercialize these for power generation and electric vehicles as well. The Canadian-based company Cyclic Materials is racing to develop recycling capabilities for batteries of scrapped electric vehicles. Their ambitious goal is to have half a dozen REE recycling plants across North America. Despite these efforts, all this might still not be enough to develop an independent North American supply chain for REEs. The International Energy Agency predicts that the world will need 7 times more rare earths by 2040 than we have today. The continuation of innovative development in this field will need to be done to ensure this vital resource for our everyday technology remains unthreatened by Chinese political ambitions in the future. Comment down below and let us know what you think. And always remember, when the